think I'll start by sharing. I've been opening and into my genes and my family line, like a lot of us been talking about. It's been very helpful.
Mhm.
And the gentleness and kindness has been quite helpful. In the past, and maybe still now, I would open into mainly my father's lineage, father, grandfather, their traits and seeing how it's in me. But I also saw this, I didn't really want to accept it. That's me.
Mm.
But this gentleness and kindness I find is really helping to somehow accept it more. Yeah. And and then this afternoon with the closing, you were doing the sexuality, the sexual energies, and then bringing the kindness and gentleness to that. And that was quite helpful for me as well. I was able to link that along with my genes, because in my family history, my grandfather was always they were judging him, and he was always sort of like the outcast because of sexual, whatever he did. I don't know, but I remember that as a story. And I saw even down in myself how there's so much shame in the sexuality. Um, I know a lot of it stems from consciousness in general. This is what the world we're living in, but
Mhm. Mhm.
I also saw quite a bit coming from that.
Mhm.
And somehow, when we were doing that, um, just like you said, it kind of turns into this love. Um, and there was just a lot of compassion and um, I don't want to say acceptance for him or for the family, but somehow something dropped a little bit around and a little more acceptance that that's me. And so I just wanted to share that. Um, and also coming here, I just been having this strong feeling that I see how much more present I need to be and how much more effort I need to give. It's really evident. Um, Not in a mind way, like I have to do this, but it's been coming to me last couple of days, and I guess you could call it more fire, um, or willingness. Um, and even coming up here now before, was kind of my holding in my heart, to be crushed and to be, hopefully I can be open enough, um, whatever I'm available, however much I can.
Mhm.
That's all. Yeah. Um, I guess what was really pulsating in my heart was just wanting to know myself more. Um, and it was coming to me what Ramana was giving. Ramana Maharshi used to give that.
Mm.
Ramana Maharshi used to say, who am I? They would
Mhm.
give that mantra to
Mhm.
us.
Mhm.
And that was, I was sitting with that, and I could resonate with that, with um, something in me. It's like, even though I'm opening, I'm seeing all the genes, and I think things are moving. It's just like, yeah, it's like not enough, it's like that. It's yeah. And I think I was giving myself shocks by seeing this too. Because I was seeing how there's a strong, willingness, but at the same time, I feel so helpless in a way. 'Cause I see it's like, I guess the best analogy I could say is like you want to run 100 miles an hour, but I'm just crawling. But in my mind, I want to run, I want to give everything, but I'm just,
Yes.
I remember having dreams like that too, actually. It's coming to me, wanting to go fast, and then my legs wouldn't move. It's like, I can relate that to this. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, but at the same time, just stay with this. The way you see yourself, that I'm just crawling.
mhm.
Yeah. And because your mind is like a pushing you kind of thing. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
But keep your face toward the way you see yourself as you're crawling.
Okay.
So when you keep your face toward yourself as you're crawling, and then you know that so much is missing, so much I'm sleepy, so much I'm resisting,
Yes.
so much is being taken by the mind as well.
Yes.
You saw that weakness.
Yeah.
So that's why more you keeping your face, this crawling part for you is beneficial.
Oh.
Then otherwise your mind wants to go run faster, and then you feel like, oh, I can't. Then there's a fight going on.
Yes.
So it's kind of a little tricky according to here, right?
Yeah.
Because I want to move, I want to know myself, I want to do something, I want to see something more, right?
Yeah.
So this is actually a distraction.
It seems so helpful, but it's
Yeah, but it's
tricky.
not helpful, it's a tricky.
Yeah.
This is your weakness.
Yeah.
But knowing it, because you know that I'm not moving fast, I'm not open enough, I'm not this way, I'm not that way.
Yeah.
That's beneficial.
Yeah. It's real. That's my reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna hit you. I'm not.
Mm.
And this doesn't let you wake up. It's just using its own push, force, or power.
Mm.
Yeah. So just let your self shift toward this.
Okay.
Yeah. Where you already saying it, you seeing your genes, and even connecting through your genes, there is a shame. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just like you let yourself open, as you saying there is a shame in the sexuality.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because it's holding you, it's just controlling you.
Yeah.
If it's controlling you, it's just like you're keeping you the sexuality in the lower level. Because if something is controlling you, it's not letting you be free.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can't say I even know what the freedom is like, but I got a little taste this afternoon when you were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I just remember when I was young, I was so confused around this because I felt so much shame around sexuality. Even as a teenager, I couldn't figure out why it was like, and then as I got older, it just
yeah.
covered. And
So more it's like either you see through the genes, yours, or you see from yours and the genes. Whichever way you can open, it's okay. So both ways is helping you to open up. Because sometimes the genes are visible, sometimes your own shame in the sexuality is visible to you.
both, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So both ways okay. It's like how you becoming comfortable both ways. Opening, deepening, letting oneself to relax, to open again and again. Is when we are like struggling in that way in the sexuality, it's like our own relationship with the sexuality is not healthy. Yeah, because it's always guilt, shame, or something wrong, or it should be this way, should not be that way, or is whatever. There is so much beliefs around it.
yeah, the best way I could say it was always just didn't feel natural, like
Yeah,
it's a natural thing of life, but it just always felt,
yeah.
and I don't have any like specific things that happened or anything like that, not conscious
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why it gets confusing. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
It's like you just letting your mind open up in the sexuality. Because even your own ideas should be that way or not. It's like, it's kind of hidden thoughts in the mind. That's what is ruling you being ruled by those thoughts as well. But yes, it is interconnected with the genes as well as you becoming conscious of. It's because the relation will become healthy step by step.
okay.
It's not all of a sudden it's going to be changed.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, it's like 3 levels. So the lower level is all it's like controlled by the lower center. We call it genes as well, and your own anger or connected with the genes anger.
You call it lust. Yeah. That's how
whatever. Yeah,
was
many
used to.
things are
Yeah.
connected with it. Yeah. It's like anger or power. It's always kind of messed up with the sexuality as well.
Yeah, it's a powerful energy, and it's like, and this is how people that I remember in relationships, this is how you relate to. It's almost like an expectation on the other side, almost like the woman with they expecting you to be that way too. Like use it like a power or like a third, like a lower center. That's you know.
So even like as you opening, you also, if you're letting yourself this revealed, your anger, your power, Let it revealed. Let it be exposed to you as is. You see is interconnected with the sexuality.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now the anger is coming as you're talking. That's easy
Yeah.
for me to tap into.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
the control for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Either it's like either you controlling or it's being controlled. It's like, kind of both ways. So more you becoming comfortable, and then your comfortableness, openness is making you a little bit impersonal with it.
Hmm.
But it cannot happen like by doing something. It's just by exposing, revealing.
Okay. You're talking. Yeah. It's like talking now is helping to.
Yeah. So more is being revealed. It's like itself you becoming comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's confusing, like you say. It's like there's a lot of ideas.
Yeah. So even your confusion, don't keep it in the background. Your confusion about sexuality has to be revealed to you. What you are confused about.
Well, it just came to me now when you asked that. It's like the very first thing is I have no idea what the true sexuality is.
Yes.
Like I just know the feeling, I know the expression, I know, but as we're talking, I feel like there's something much more
Yeah.
that I'm missing.
So yes. So that's a question you stay with. Not confused about it.
Mm-hmm.
The question you stay with it. Because if your question is not clear, your mind is confused.
Okay.
It's all kind of all over.
Yeah. And not even knowing why that's happening. But now it's making sense.
Yeah.
Somehow I know there's something more.
It's just question. It's like don't add on to from your mind. Remember, it's gonna cause problem.
Yeah.
If you already have that question.
Okay.
Yeah. So slowly, the purpose of from the reproduction first. Yeah. It's the purpose of the sexuality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it's like make it clear. It's like not hidden, like, oh, okay. Yes, I'm born from it. I have my children. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's just like relate with it. Because we don't want to relate with the sexuality.
It's true. It's funny how that is. It's a very simple thing. It's in nature.
Exactly.
It's everywhere.
But we don't relate.
I mean, spring's coming too. This is, this is when the animals,
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yes. This is why we are just not being realistic or reality, because we separating things.
I see that now.
Yeah.
We make it like there's reproduction in nature and there's human sexuality.
Yeah.
That's how I see it's been divided.
Yeah. So it's in the nature, it's in us.
But we are nature. So.
Yes. So if we become comfortable, what is natural, it's so much exposed to you. The first part.
Okay. Yeah.
But even in the first part, there's just so much shame or hiding or
yeah, I see this
covering.
big belief that we're using it improperly or something. The humans are using it improperly. And this is where the shame's coming from.
Exactly.
But nature, they're pure in it.
Yeah.
Just for reproduction.
Yes. Then you see your own You see your children's birth, you see others' births. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's a nature. And then the second is we use, human being use for its pleasure.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if the first one is messed up, and the second one is messed up as well.
Hmm.
So if the first one is clear, clean, and the second one, there's a possibility able to become clean.
Okay. Yeah, I see how I keep putting the second to the first.
Yeah,
Like the second's messed
it's
up.
messed up.
And I see
Yeah.
how I keep relating to the first, which is simple.
Yeah,
I just got a taste of the simplicity of
yeah,
reproduction as humans. It just started.
yeah. Even slowly, like right now we are just talking, it's becoming simpler to you. But then slowly, you let your mind expand to see all that the way it is, the way this reproduction is in humanity.
Hmm.
It's easier to see in the animals, but we don't see it in human beings. Because if I'm ashamed in my own,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see it.
Yeah.
I'm automatically I'm covering.
It's amazing. Yeah. I'm just how much it's
So
been complicated.
just see that the part of our mind is not opening up.
Hmm. Well, I'm just also seeing there's so much ideas and in our society around sexuality and romance, and it's not kept simple.
Yeah,
You know,
because it's like we are covering it.
It's almost like us as human beings have made sexuality more important or different or better than nature. It's like we have our own program going on, like our own way of being, and it's either good or it's bad. It's a big split in this sexuality in humans. And myself, I see that. I mean, my life, it's been either really good or no, like that.
Yeah. So if there is a split, as I said, the split is I'm not here either.
Yeah.
We're just being tossed around.
That's how I've been feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
trying to bring it in, trying to accept it, all this stuff.
Yeah. That's just a temporary fake kind of acceptance we're doing.
Yeah.
But we're not really letting it to be healed.
That's what I want. I really do. Yeah.
So if you able to open more and more, you let your mind open, because it still has a compartments about ideas, good and bad.
Okay.
As you saw the split.
Yeah.
So slowly, that part able to be healed.
Okay.
Because it's not good or bad.
I see all these compartments are definitely good and bad.
Yeah, because we cannot even live without this split.
Yeah. Well, I see the religion is so much involved in this too.
Yeah. So if it's a nature, so the first is the reproduction. And make it clear again and again to ourselves. So the second is the pleasure. Because even in the pleasure, it's the same thing, so much involved, good or bad, guilt.
Shame. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, If there is a split, we don't understand that we don't let ourselves to be seen. Yeah, in the second. If it's for pleasure, it's for my pleasure. Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So more we make it clear, okay, now the sexuality I'm using for my own pleasure.
Or avoidance. It's used for so many things.
Yeah.
To avoid pain, avoid.
Yeah.
Build up the ego is one big one. Like really make a big me out of it. Like if you can get really good, then and also control. There's a lot of control I'm seeing. Control each other.
Pleasure, or even to release oneself, and then the third one is for the higher. If we can become impersonal in the second, if we let ourselves become impersonal, and then there is a possibility we relate, as I was guiding, to the third state.
I see.
If there's an ego, because ego won't let all the sexual cells to be free. You said it. There's an ego in the second part. There's an ego. Like
totally.
Either I don't or I do.
Yeah.
So again, so the third only can be earned if the person is free from the ego, from personal agenda.
And seeing I have to be free from the guilt. That's part of the ego too. It's not just the pleasure.
Yeah.
The ego holds the guilt too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this freedom allows the person to move to the third level, where all these cells able to be free within us. Sexual cells.
Yeah, I'm just getting a sense of that because then it's not being held, like you said.
Yeah.
Because I see now how it's being held.
Because it's even held in the first level, and then it's held on the second level. Yeah. And the freedom only comes through the true understanding of that about the sexuality. Then the sexuality itself becomes, there is a innocence. It becomes that way, and then the person able to relate with to the higher level. Higher level is love. Because if it's my pleasure, if I use it for my pleasure, I am unable to relate with the love.
Definitely, yeah.
If it's not for my pleasure, and then I'm letting this me to be free from this, and then the pure love happens. The love is not mine as well, right?
Right.
Because love cannot be mine if the sexuality, those cells are not mine.
I'm getting a sense of, as you're talking, of something, letting the hands off.
Yeah.
That's all we need to do is let our hands off. It feels like.
Yeah. But that only comes through our struggle, where we can see the way we're holding or the way we're being held by it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. The innocence able to embrace itself. It's not I embrace. Innocence itself able to embrace, able to love, which is not doing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Just
Yeah,
came to me now. It's like when we're able to get our hands off, or letting this energy go back to the source in a way, like its natural state or something. Or it's
yeah.
like,
It's just like I just laid it, but you're gonna go through the struggles and trying and doing the, many things first. So in order to earn this innocence. Because sometimes we are scared from this energy.
yeah, to be totally vulnerable or totally hands off. Yeah. There's a sense of that as you're saying that. It's like,
Yeah, you find out. We don't
okay.
talk about it first
Okay.
because you never know how you're going to be, how you're gonna go through these different stages.
What I'm getting now, you're sharing, is I should, what I'm understanding now is it's important, obviously, to open to the first level,
Yeah.
see the simplicity of it.
Yeah,
And then in the second level, to open up all the different containers to see, because another one I just saw, it's so big in masculinity, even
yeah,
to be a masculine man, it has its own container in that.
yes, yes.
And that's a fear for men to drop that.
Yeah, it's like, just see that? So how we are scared, this masculinity is afraid from his own, this sexual energy or power. Yeah, because it's from the very beginning, it is a powerful. Yeah, but then slowly when you letting your hands off, and then the fear comes. So if you letting your rest of the body available to it, and then this energy can move into your body, as we always talked about it. Let it move upward into your body.
We're just seeing a little resistances, but I'm seeing it with this gentleness and kindness. Just staying that way.
Yeah.
And even the trying.
Is many of your inner centers able to be touched by this energy, and then the higher centers.
I'm just seeing the confusion in my mind because I feel like it doesn't really know what the real sexual energy is. We talked about this already. Like the true sexual energy, it's like looking for something. But
That's your mind confuses you. That's
exactly.
your habit.
Yeah.
Because it's just
I see that.
interfering. Yeah. Yeah. But you just stay with my words, not with your.
Yeah, I'm seeing that with gentleness and kindness, then trying to choose to just be open and feel like it's this energy is just filled, this whole planet's filled with it, like this earth. I feel like it's there. And so it's available. That's the first step I see. At least it is available to me to let it in.
Yeah. Because even like, as you said, I want to know myself. It's like, it's a part of knowing ourselves. The center is big thing in us. And we don't even know the center. We don't even know anything about it. We have no understanding about it.
I see that. Yeah.
So more we are opening, being free from the lower areas, and there is a possibility we can take it to the higher levels.
Keep getting a vision of being a baby and how it was flowing freely in a baby form. It was just every cell was being made from it. And even though I can't say I know what it is or can't define it, the energy, I'm getting a sense it's more neutral now. It's just an energy.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if that's
It's like
helping.
every time First is fear. There's I don't know how to handle, I don't know how to be, or all that. It's like a hidden fears comes up with it. Yeah. So it's also okay. Then slowly become more comfortable.
The only thing I know is my old way of wanting to bring the energy up doesn't work. My old way was just I can feel a sensation and thinking, yeah, but I know that's not it.
But now you're opening through your genes, through your belief systems, how you are so covering up. Yeah. So how we are not really making ourselves clear. So it's just like this way you are opening your mind to it as well.
Okay.
Because otherwise you forcefully using this energy is only going to work temporary. But if
I'm seeing, and then the resistances stay a secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
Yeah,
And you're wondering why, isn't it?
Yeah. Because if this stays secret, it's gonna dominate you afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't want that. I wouldn't want a fake way anyway. Like I don't want to fake it. If that makes sense. I don't want to fake letting this energy in. I want it to be for real.
So this is the reality.
Yeah.
Can we face this reality again and again? Not to talk about it, face it.
You're feeling closer to this planet and to nature right now. So I feel closer to a little bit. Yeah, I just see how much I separated through this. It's amazing. Like,
yeah.
Then now I see why you feel so lost and so alone. You're not one with, yeah. I see spirituality as the opposite. Like spirituality is nothing to do with this world. We want to go to the higher, and we're separating ourselves and wondering, yeah. I see how that was passed down to me. Yeah.
It's like if you know, you can face a little bit. For example, for the reproduction part, you just face this reality. Then you learn how to face it.
Sort of like what's happening is I'm just entering the reality. I'm just entering this
Exactly. Yes.
existence.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, I'm not better than, not worse than.
No,
nature. It's
this is my reality,
yeah,
our reality.
yeah.
We always also open to see the bigger picture of humanity and your genes, yourself.
Yeah, there's both going on. Yeah. 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 Every time I open into, yeah, my genes or I'm seeing these compartments, it's helping me land more. I also see one of the divisions is I didn't want to admit that I'm being run by this nature. Like it is running me.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
You see, we
Especially through
escape from
sexuality.
this simple reality.
Yeah. So funny.
Yeah.
Because at the same time as I'm entering, I just want to lose myself in it
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like,
I understand.
I feel like I'm getting smaller now. Like I'm actually becoming the sperm in the egg. Like that. Not sure if there's a connection here with the shame or the guilt, but I'm seeing the purity in this nature of sexuality. There's such a purity and such a
Did you say maturity?
purity, like a pure.
Purity,
There's
purity.
such a purity in it.
Yes, yes,
And I'm
yes.
not sure this is where the shame comes from, because then when we take it for our pleasure, there's some idea I see that
Yeah.
we're
It's okay. You just let the shame come. Don't worry about it, where it's coming from, why I'm hanging on to it. I am.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So even you face, if it is for the pleasure, it's like even that, we need to face that. Okay. First is first. If we ignore the first one, and then we are unable to open.
Yeah, the first one's helping me really
Yeah.
a lot. I'm seeing some kind of a connection between the first and the second now, like
Mm-hmm.
at least in my mind. I mean, my beliefs. I don't know.
Is the pleasure is always like a short-lived.
Yeah, I was just seeing, it seems to me like we want to connect to this purity or the third level you're saying, but we're doing it the wrong way. Like as we're doing it the wrong way. It's like we're trying to use it.
Yeah.
And this is where we're getting mixed up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know the purity there, but we lost our.
Yeah. Even if we don't see the purity, it's fine. We just see just what is the reality. Yeah. It is here.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
Everywhere.
It's like food. We need to eat, but then we can use food as,
Yeah.
Sexuality the same. Yeah.
So the human being is also like is a ego, power, anger, right? Control, right? So whichever way it is, it's like it's just messing it up.
Yes.
Because we can't face if everything is covered with all these.
But then I'm just saying too, this
Yeah,
is our
we can
reality
understand
too.
as well. Yes.
Our reality is the second level too. This is the reality.
Yeah.
What our system has done with it.
Yes. So, yes.
It's helping me drop some judgment right now. Yeah.
It's even for this, either we're running after, running away from it, or good and bad, and guilt or shame, or it's just everything is connected with this as well.
I just see it now. It's not really the sexuality itself that's creating it. It's our confused mind that's creating it. It's not the sexuality.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's what we.
Yeah.
Like you just said.
Yeah.
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 But we're doing that to many other things.
So
too.
yeah. So to reach that level of is this innocence. Yeah. So slowly, everything is being revealed to you. Everything is clear to you. Because even with our human body, like about the sexual parts, male and female, it's like you just see that both the male and female, they're both not comfortable.
Yeah, Adam and Eve.
And because of there was too much shame around it, or ugliness around it, or belief system around it. So we don't see the purity in the bodies as well in the opposite sex.
It's true. We're not relating to the first level with it, with our body. Yeah, we're relating to the second.
Yeah. As you said, it's in the nature, it's pure. It is pure everywhere then. Because if you're personal, then it's just interfering in the impure, making it impure.
I was going to say, we don't really make it impure. We just think it's impure. Like we make a belief that it's impure.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, how can you make some?
yeah, yeah. Mhm. So
Same thing with our bodies. Like
exactly.
we've done that. Yeah.
Yeah. So now if we want to let it move to the higher level, we have to earn the purity of every level. And there's a possibility we can relate with the love.
You said purity of every level
We have to earn.
of purity of sexuality, or
It's like what is connected with the sexuality? Our bodies, our
bodies,
beliefs.
reproduction, even the pleasure, like you say. You can't deny the pleasure. I mean,
Yes.
even the result of it comes, reproduction. So like the woman gets pregnant. So there's both sides there.
Because in the beginning we are messed up. Because if we are messed up, our focus is, it's like we're kind of addicted to something, right?
Yeah.
And then is ugliness is there. But we don't, from the very beginning, it's like, for example, you saw your roots, genes, it's like messed up. We are messed up from ages. It's not now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you're messed up, there is no respect.
Yeah, I call that honoring it. Like we're
Yeah.
not honoring
Yeah.
something that's just
Yeah.
given to us. Like,
Yeah. If there is no respect, no purity, of course.
yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah, what you're saying. We're totally cutting off from the nature. It's sort of like it's source, you could say. Like we think it's ours, like because we feel in our body, like it's mine, like that. That's the ego. Yeah. Yeah, in a way, I'm just seeing, it's a weird word to say right now, but even see we're kind of innocent in our confusion, in our what we're doing. It's not our fault. It's like we're kind of innocent even in what we've done with sexuality.
Innocence in
Like,
the sexuality?
yeah, like we're innocent even in the using of it. Like you can't blame anyone or
It's like to begin with, like as a human being, we have a bigger responsibility. It's like we're not animal anymore.
yeah.
So we are step up from that animal state. And then, but we are just we don't understand that our responsibility is different than that. So this is where we are messed up. We have no knowledge to educate.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning, we're cutting ourselves off from nature.
Then we're doing all the
stuff. We can name it. And sexuality is just one of the things.
It's like we can't ignore any part of our body. We can't ignore the rest of the lower centers or level. We can't ignore our heart. We can't ignore our brain, the higher centers of it. We can't ignore any part of it. This is what makes the human being complete.
Right.
So slowly.
It's making sense now. How we see different people are a little different depending on, I think, which one they're focusing on or something, which center. I noticed that. Yeah. We're not whole. You say we need to be whole.
Yeah, this is our whole human body. So that's why we open one center, we think, okay, I think we are home or we are got it or something. But we ignoring the rest of the body.
Yeah, it's just touching me when you're saying about human beings, we're a level up and we have a responsibility. It's like,
because just see that, like our brain able to relate with the higher levels.
Yes.
With the higher self. So of course we are more than animals. So if you're more than animals, even the relation with the sexuality is also different. Or our responsibility is different.
Thank you.